All right. Hey. Hey, iTunes. I don't need you. I don't need you in my life. All right. Okay, then. I can go away. All right. Hey, people are showing up. Hey, guys. I'll be right with you as I just get the last bit of stuff all set. Have a little bit more coffee. Okay, then. Give it another minute while people are piling in, and I'll get started here. I'm going to do some drawing. All right. Okay. Hope everyone else is having a great morning. Just closing crap on my computer that I don't need. Let's see here. Probably don't need Windows running. Is that running? Nope. All right. Cool. Super duper cool. All right. I'm going to get going here. Let's do this. Boop. Hey. Hi, gang. Welcome to my messy office. I'm Bill. And iTunes keeps opening. iTunes, I don't want any of your crap. Go away. I think because my iPad's plugged into the computer that it's... Oh, crap. Can I close it? I did. Let's reopen QuickTime. All right. This is my first time live streaming drawing stuff, and I'm drawing on my iPad, so there's issues. So bear with me, everybody. All right, let's fix that. Let's point that at my iPad. And it opens iTunes again, and it wants me to log in. Nay. All right, we're good now. We're good. Okay, so here's what's going on, everybody. I've started. I used to be super into drawing. I've got like just sketchbooks full of just crap. From let's see, this is from. This is over 10 years old because it's got my old address from Oneonta to New York in it. But like, here's some things I drew, some bows that I was designing. In fact, this one right here, I actually built. Anyway, I'm way super back into drawing now. I got an iPad. There's some really great apps out there. There's Sketchbook Pro or Sketchbook and Sketchbook Pro for the computer. And there's Procreate, which is what I'm going to use today. And I got a little Wacom Stylus thing for drawing on the iPad. It's okay. Oh, also, gang, if you're watching live and you want to chat, we have our chat going. punishprops.com/live is where you have all the information for the IRC chat. That's going to be going. If you want to bug me, that's the place to do it. So, yeah. Join our IRC chat and you can throw questions at me and whatever you want. Anyway, I got this stylus. Now, it's got a really fat nub on the end of it. That's so that it can be capacitive so it can work on the iPad. It's okay. At some point, I would love to upgrade to like a Cintiq or something, but this is a pretty good setup, and I already had an iPad, so I'm rolling with it. Anyway, you can plug your iPad into your Mac, and then through QuickTime, you can stream the video to that. So I'm going to swap this over, and I'm going to draw this. This is what I'm drawing today. This is today's practice. I want to draw a prop type thing. So here's a little rusty doodad that I cast. Hi, Sam. Sam is in the chat. Bio cosplay yelling at me. How's it going, buddy? Anyway, I'm drawing this little doodad, and it's a cool little mechanical heat sink thing for practice. So I'm going to draw from life. It's sitting right there. That's what I'm going to try and draw today. All right, so let's swap this over to my iPad. There we go. That's actually pretty neat. Cool. And then I have to unlock my iPad with magic. Here's some drawings I did before, like my cat. I keep trying to draw him with an even smaller face and an even fatter body. I did a spaceship a while ago. Just trying to get my drawing legs, my sea legs back under me. But I'm going to start a new one. We'll make a square. And I like to drop in... I'll just change the background color to like a tan-ish color. Just so I have a little bit of contrast going on there. And then I have a layer already, and I got my little stylus. The stylus has like an undo button, which is cool, so I can just hit undo. Then the stylus itself, the screen is not pressure sensitive, but the stylus is, so I can just sketch a little bit or sketch a lot. And I can get started. Let's see, Ego in the chat says, hello, it's my first time here. Hi, Ego. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Let's see here. So in general, I'm just drawing from life, and I'm just gonna like block out the shape of this thing. I'm gonna try something though. There's all these crazy cool brushes and stuff. I'm gonna get, yeah. You can change the size of it, and I can undo. All right, I'm just gonna like start roughing out the shape of this thing. And the great thing about using these layers is that you can draw like your construction lines, figure out the shape and size of stuff roughly, and then just like you can go to this layer and make it more or less opaque, and then just trace on top of it, which is, I think, is pretty neat. There's a lot of features about drawing digitally that are really attractive. Let's see here. There's like an edge there, a line thingy there. There's this face thingy here. The other thing I like a lot about this is that you can move stuff. Used to be if you drew something, that's where it was. You're stuck with it. But now you can select what it is. Big John wants to know, what program is that again? This is called Procreate. It's a drawing app. I think it's like $6 on the App Store, and it's really good. I also like Sketchbook. If you're in the chat and you want to get your message to show up for me, just type punished props. That's my username in the IRC chat. And it'll highlight your message. So I will be sure to notice it. And then we got like some holes that are drilled through there, like that, which is kind of cool. All right, and then like this part's super duper dark, so I can just go over it with a really soft brush and just sort of take it back a little bit, like that. There we go. Just lighten it up a tiny bit. And I'm done. I don't usually draw like this. I usually just go straight to sketching pencils. But like I was saying before, I can now add a layer on top of that, but take this layer and turn the opacity down. And the thing I really like about this is now I can like zoom in, and I do like sketchy. I'm trying to break myself of that habit. I want to do more fluid. Apparently, like it's really super, like for good technical drawing or sketching, it's doing more fluid lines, like that, instead of going. That's how I tend to do it. I don't know. I'm just, like I said, this is practice. This is me trying to get better at it. A couple of things I do like, I'm not using it right now, but you can do perspective lines, which is really great. You just boop, plop down a perspective thing, and the blue line is your horizon, and then you can add more vanishing points if you want. You could do 3-point perspective. I guess you can do as many as 3 points of perspective. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just doing like a straight up orthographic view of this guy. Done. Turn that off. Don't need that. But what I can do is I can draw my own sort of perspective lines. And one of the things that's really cool about this app is if you drag a line, it will become like a straight line, and you can just aim it. So I can, for this next layer, I'm basically going to just add my own construction lines and make sure that they're roughly in the right spot and they are roughly parallel. Like that one is not. This is the this is like the base square of my thing, and I'm not happy with those at all. And the undo, man, that is some helpful stuff right there. And then the bottom of that, I think, is going to go like that, like that. Sure, that looks pretty all right. And then this goes up. I could do the same thing, but I'm not gonna. No, I'll do that like this, like that. This is really a killer feature for me for doing technical drawing or any kind of geometric stuff. Being able to just knock out a straight line like that's pretty sweet. But consider it like if I was drawing with a pen and pencil, I'd be doing this with a ruler, right? And remember too that this is a layer. Oh shit! It's supposed to be a layer on top of there, but it was not. Never mind. I'm not going to do that again. Then this line goes like that, and then the rest of our lines are sort of horizontal like that for this guy here. And that's kind of like that. The other one's sort of hidden behind it there. I'm not going to draw that. Then I have to draw the top of it. Oh, Big John says, Punch Props, are you using the stylus on your pad or using a mouse? I'm using a Wacom Intuos stylus. And it was like, I want to say $17, which is pretty cheap. It's pressure sensitive in the stylus, and it connects through Bluetooth to the iPad, which is really neat. Yes. Let's see here. So there's another line that connects over here. Actually, I just realized that I'm just going to merge these layers because I goofed. How do I do that? Tap, merge down. There we go. So I need to be able to erase some of them. So like, let's see here. This is going to connect. Oops. The other thing I really like is being able to zoom in this much. Draw my line like that. That line's going to connect there, and there's going to be another here, and that's going to kind of go around. But let's do this so that we can get a nice straight line. And I also know that like this length right here is going to be the same amount over here. So there, because this may show up on the back side here, so I can just knock that out there. Those aren't exactly parallel, are they? Let's erase that. And these are all still construction lines too. I'm probably going to end up erasing most of these anyway. Solano says, using an iPad, which app? This is Procreate. Nordy says, do you move into Inkscape after this process? No, this is just for like concept and design. It's not really I'm not going to turn this into a prop. I'm just practicing my drawing skills. If I was going to go into Inkscape, I would draw an orthographic projection of it. I would actually draw. See here, I'm just trying to figure out the placement of this. It's somewhere up here, about halfway. I would draw like the front, side, top view of it if I was going to move it into Inkscape to make blueprints or something. This is something I've been practicing drawing. Here, I'll show you. Like this is just a thing I was knocking out. Doing just practice sketches where I'm practicing drawing circles and rounded corners in perspective, like that. So being able to just draw out a circle like that. I know that it's supposed to, the circle needs to connect on either side here and here. It needs to connect in the middle. So that's what I've been trying to do. So I've been getting better at that. And I also know that this piece has a circle that is in the middle of this circle, which should be roughly right there. And then I can do, let's say, the top of it's here. I'm just sort of guessing on the thickness here. Maybe more like that. And the side. And that's not the actual thickness. And now I can try, and this is where I do my goofy sketching lines because that's how I roll. I'll try and be smoother about it. That's all right. I can also do this because I can spin the whole thing around. Let's erase that. Let's try it again. These two lines should be parallel. Like so. And that looks horrible. That's really, really bad. I think like this ought to be out here a little more. This line looks okay. This one needs to come out more like that. That's a little bit better. It's not fantastic, but it's getting there. This whole thing is kind of off. I really think my center line needs to be fixed. Let's see here. Solano says, cool, draw more, Bill. I have a Wacom tablet in Photoshop, of course, for my digital drawings. Yes. So this is cool. I'm drawing a piece, like a thing that exists. I can look at it, and I know now, like, that I'm way off. I'm just gonna start this whole thing over again. This weird shape on the front of this is as tall as it is wide. So I'm going to start that over, and I'm going to draw the circle in the middle first. So let's say that's like this. That doesn't look like a circle at all. And then this thing goes above it, basically. That's really pretty hideous. But that's what this is all about, is just practicing, getting better. There we go. At some point, I know I just need to... Oh, thanks for connecting there, Pen. And at some point, I know I just need to get out of my life. And there we go. But also, I want it to not look totally terrible. All right, let's go out a little bit more. And this comes in a little bit more. What's cool about this app too is it tracks all of your work, so I can output a time-lapse video of this once it's done. I'm gonna call that done. I just need to get on with my life. All right, this. Let's do that. And then that goes about halfway. Let's say right around there. So this thing like kind of goes around and down like that. It's a little more severe than that. And then it's got like a weird like semicircle thing around it. That's like, see, this is me falling back into bad habits. I just put lots of lead on the paper or graphite. They don't make pencils with lead anymore, do they? I'm missing something. Yeah, I am. Yeah, that's better. Oops. I can redo it. A lot of times it's easier to just completely erase something and draw it over again. And one of the best parts of doing this digitally is that I can erase it forever and not wear a hole through the paper, which I've done before. For Sean Evans says, for circles and perspective, I will rough it in a square and then round it into a circle. Yes. Cool. All right, I'm gonna call that. Oh, that's not okay. That is not. This line right here should match this line right here, and it's not even close. So I'm just gonna do this, and I'm gonna do a different. Oh no, that's the right. Just a smaller erasing tip. There we go. Let's do that. I don't need that anymore. And then this needs to get tucked in just a little bit like that. Let's clean up a little bit more of this thing. That's pretty hideous, but we're just going to roll with it. Actually, a lot of that might get covered. There are these heatsink fins that may get covered. Just makes me angry to look at it. All right, I'm going to rough out the sort of base. All these corners are rounded. In fact, well, I'll just eyeball it. It'll be fine. See, I'm actually getting kind of better at that. And then this will be neat. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to draw my circle, and let's do what we were saying before, rough it out. Let's say it like that. Then draw my circle. And then I'll copy and paste it 4 times. Because I can do that. Because we live in a magical time. It doesn't look amazing, but I'm gonna give it one more try. Rampage Prop says, ever done any group builds with your viewers? E.g., everyone builds a lightsaber hilt of their choice by the end of February? No, I haven't done that. The main problem with that is like just the logistics of organizing that can be really, really tedious, and unfortunately, I just don't have the bandwidth to do something like that right now. All right, let's call that okay. This whole thing kind of raises up a bit too, and then has like a lip around it like that. Oops. It's amazing how you can look at a thing and see it and then still not really know how to... Come on. There we go. You can actually see it in person. It's right in front of me, and I still don't really know how to draw it. If there's this raised bit like that, this whole thing comes straight down. This kind of has a lip. That, and this kind of goes down into nothingness. There's more. There's like more raised detail and everything. I'm just gonna go with that for now. Let's see if I can actually copy. I know there's a wacky way to do it, but I'm gonna select that, and then copy it. Oh, select it, and I think I go to the layer, copy, and then I go to here, paste from clipboard. Yes. Can I not move up there? Well, that's a bother. Undo, 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 undo. There we go. Okay, now paste from clipboard. Go over there. Yeah. Circles for everybody. Let's do that again. Boop. My imperfect circles getting reused. Wow, the scaling on, I'm now realizing that a lot of the scaling on this thing is way off. This whole part here, I'm gonna, nope, you're done. Oh, these are all, I gotta merge those. Let's just paste the other one and paste from clipboard. There you are. You go kind of over there. Sure. Nope. Merge down. Merge down. Merge down. Okay, then this part that I drew earlier is way too big, which is cool because I can just do that and rescale it and line it back up again. No, it's pretty good. Cool. Let's just draw, connect everything, reconnect everything. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Sean Evans says, the funny thing is I was just checking to see if I got my email and then saw you are live. I came to say hi. Oh yeah. Let's just knock this out. Oop. That circle is not centered anywhere. It's kind of cool. You can use your fingers to like to do that. I need to undo that. Also, just use the pen to move it around. Sure, that's fine. This thing has its own sort of weird lip thing under it. This thing does too. Like I was saying, a lot of these are going to be covered by these heatsink fins that I'm going to draw. So I think I'll do those next just so we get an idea. I'm actually going to draw these on another layer just so that I have a better idea. I can monkey with it a bit before committing to before I commit to how I want the fins to look. Yeah, it's getting there. It's okay. All right, heatsink fins. Actually, what I'll do too with this is I can take this layer and move the opacity down a little bit. Draw the fins on top of it there, because I want to box them out too. So like they kind of skirt these circular bits. There's one right down the middle, so let's draw that. That's going to be kind of like there. And that one goes up to this thing here. And it goes all the way to the back. So it goes here. Oops. I don't know why my pen keeps disconnecting. But let's see, the fin thing kind of up. And let's zoom in so that it's actually on the line. So yeah, this fin thing kind of comes, it should connect right here. Weird. Yeah. The more I draw this thing, the more I realize how much my proportions are just off, but I'm just gonna roll with it because I've come this actually that should connect with that, but not at that line. I think that means it's gone into this layer. I think this thing needs to get moved a little bit, like up. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. And I can also go take this layer that I was working on and just, what do I do it? Delete? I want to clear it. Clear. There we go. I'll start over. See, that's a pretty powerful thing to be able to do there too. So the base of this thing is here, and it's going to meet here. So that fin, it's still a little thinner than I want, but I'm okay with it. It's better now. So that's roughly one of the fins right there. Cool. All right, let's move on. There's one on either side of this that come all the way up to here. So the top of that is like there, like that, and that goes down like that, and that goes. It kind of meets this doodad here, so that's pretty good. And then it kind of just runs into the side of this thing. So the other one needs to be similar. Just goes kind of down into that thing. And then there are two more smaller ones. So that one's like right here. I'm just going to eyeball these. So I'm thinking about doing more of these drawing stuff, like maybe once a week. Because it's fun for me. It's stuff I'm doing anyway, so I might as well live stream it. And if you guys think that's cool, let me know. And I would be happy to do it more. It kind of connects right there. And then there's another one that's even shorter. It's almost on the edge. There's this edge here. Over there. Going up, across, and down. Yeah, this whole thing is a lot shorter than it ought to be, but them's the breaks. That's just how it is. Have you tried the Alchemy program? I have not tried the Alchemy program. Is that another drawing app? Because I would love to try them all out. All right, let's just sort of darken my construction lines here so I can commit. These are kind of rounded. All of these guys are a little bit rounded. Except these guys connect over there. I didn't make any of these the same length. Let's do that. And I'm going to erase all of those. Let's start over. There we go. And then round them over. All right. Let's see. Alchemy.org is the site for that. I'm going to open that up and check it out later. Alchemy.org. Alchemy.org is just a website that that has the word no on it. It just says no. I don't know what to tell you. It's just the word no. So ALCHEMY. Yeah, that didn't work, Sean. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. AL.CHEMY. Oh yeah. Let's try that. An open drawing project. Cool. I'll check that out later when I'm done with my drawing. There's a dot in there. There you go. Yep, we got it. Cool. Thank you. Where was I? Beep, 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 beep. All of these guys kind of have some. I'll go back over like all of these things and really nitpick the details because they have some depth to them. But like, I was saying, like this whole thing is mostly occluded by the fins. The other ones are a little more apparent. All right, let's bring that back up. Let's merge those down and add a new layer. Cool. Now I'm just going to trace this whole thing and try and make it look prettier. Let's turn that down. Nope. Boop. It's not working. Oops. Oh, I accidentally made a new layer. Delete. Boop. There it is. Cool. Now this is my favorite part because I just have to trace it. Start a new one. And I'm gonna get like a pen. JPS, what are you drawing? I've got a little like heatsink thing sitting here on my desk. So this is just me practicing drawing stuff. I gotta move a couple things first. Let's go back to this layer real quick and just realize that this is not in the right spot. So I can just move that kind of down like that a little bit. Maybe shrink it a tiny bit too. Everything else looks kind of okay. I think that this could be a little bit shorter. All right, that's time to stop nitpicking. All right, let's grab a pen. We've got inking, technical pen, and maybe a little bit smaller. Cool. Now I can do neat stuff like, and I love that I can just spin this thing around. I can do this straight line thing. Oops, except that's not even close to in the right direction. There we go. And then I can trace this circle around, and then, oops, my finger. You have to use two fingers to rotate everything, so I'm like, sometimes you accidentally draw stuff. And I'm not really concerned with making everything perfect. Just want it to look decent. I can do like, I love that you can just zoom right in and just like clean up a little doodad like that and get the appropriate eraser, and I can just clean up that little corner just like that. That looks pretty good. And then I like this corner here actually looks all right. So I'm just gonna keep going. Back to my thing. This, I'm gonna round this just a tiny bit. This straight line feature is just the best. Burp, burp. Yeah. Mm. Mm. Let's see here. Oh, right, there's this wonky thing here. So that's kind of like this, and then it goes up. Undo. That's kind of rounded. I'm like outlining the whole thing here. And I'm going to take another stab at this circle here because I think it's kind of gross. We'll get back to that. A lot of times, like when I'm working on anything, when I'm making a prop, when I'm drawing anything at all, if I have a thing that's frustrating me, then I move on. I get on, work on something else, and I'll come back to it. Most of the time, that it'll fix it. It'll like just having time in between you and the thing that's frustrating you is enough to help you get past it. That's not right. Nope. 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 That'll do. All right. Another thing I can do, like this thing here, is I can plan on like erasing stuff. So let's do this real quick. Let's do this guy, since I'm so good at those. Let's erase that ugly little tail thing. Draw a line like that. And then this heat sink thing is going to go there. And you can also do the line thing with the eraser. So you just go. Boop. One of my critiques of this pen is that the tip on it's so fat that sometimes I can't tell where, like, I'm ending or starting a line. See, Sean says at the moment it looks like a proton pack a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. Let's see here. Let's just round that thing over. Boop. Love that straight line tool. No. Like being able to start a line on the end of this other line is kind of tricky with the fat nub on this Intuos thing. That kind of is the nature of the beast, though. When they gotta, for some reason, they gotta have this huge fat nub on the end of this tablet stylus, the iPad stylus. Oh, this is gonna come down like that, and then this is gonna go like that. Ah, that's coming together. Boy, that is just ugly. This whole thing needs to come out a little bit. Let's just give that one more try. Whoops. Actually, that's not bad. I think it's this needs to continue like that. I think that's the real problem there. So let's just do that right now so I don't forget. There we go. That looks slightly better now. All right. Justin McNeary wants to know, have you ever tried a Surface Pro? No, I haven't. Not yet. I would like to, though. I've heard many good things about them. Oh. Let's do this. Being able to zoom in like that is such a huge bonus. I'm just picturing myself with a sketchbook trying to do that, like getting a magnifying glass, and but it's not the same. Like transferring your movements to being able to do a large movement with your arm that translates to such a small movement for the pen tip is so handy. There we go. Let's see here. This thing is going to come around. Oops, that's the eraser. Another critique of this pen is that the undo button is where you hold it, like near where you hold it. So my finger's always resting against those buttons. It's just kind of annoying. There we go. There's our outline of our thing. AG wants to know what software is this. It is Procreate. It's a drawing app for the iPad. All right. Let's start getting into some of these details. And that's, again, Bill, that's the eraser. All right. I don't know about you guys, but I talk to myself a lot when I draw. That was okay right until the end. This is going to have a lot of charm, I think. By charm, I mean features not apparent in the original piece. Let's try and copy this circle. Whoa there, iPad. My iPad started to move on me there. Okay, fix that. I just have the iPad. Like I need some sort of stand for this thing. This is not my preferred drawing position. Cool. Yeehaw. Favorite feature ever. Of course, with when I use that feature, these lines look really good, and then everything else looks like it was done by a sloppy 5-year-old. A sloppy drunk 5-year-old. The first half of that circle was okay. Really, I'm kind of just like, well, that wouldn't That wouldn't meet up. I think I need to draw the lip there. That's hideous. All right, I need to rethink how this whole thing works. Let's just erase all of this. All right, so this is going to connect to that. Nope. Undo and redo are on this pen, so I hit them frequently. The other thing with this too is my hand. If my hand hits it, it draws because it's an iPad. So I need to like get one of those goofy gloves that has like a finger missing or something, or just any glove really. All right. Now I'm just sketching again. I need to clean up my act. All right. That looks all right. Cool. All right. That's going to be how that is. I have decided. Oops. There are so many things about this that are bugging me, but I am just going to roll with it because I have other things to do with my day. Let's see here. This is kind of neat. I can zoom right in. This is this arch here actually looks pretty good. I can just zoom right in and just trace it, and add a little loopy tail at the end for some reason. And then just erase that. Nobody will know. There. That looks kind of okay. Now this circle, I told you guys, I'm going to actually go back to this layer here. Give another stab at that circle because it's way messed up. All right, that needs to be the midline there. This needs to be, yeah, see, it wasn't even close to centered. Actually, that's not even close to center. That's a little better. Solano says, I'm not familiar with Procreate, but do you have a pen tool to create smooth lines? I'm not really sure. There are these inking brushes, but I really do think they are just brushes. They don't do like that goofy make a line smooth feature thing. I know that Surface Pro or Sketchbook Pro has that for their desktop app. Let's see here. All right, let's go down about that far. That far. This needs to go way the crap over here. All right. And then this is where it gets better, a little bit better. And now I'm just making a mess. Well, you know what? I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to draw this circle so it looks okay. And then I'll just move it. I'll just move and scale it a little bit if I have to. All right. Yeah, it's still not perfect, but I'm just gonna roll with it. Let's go back to this layer. Cool. All right. Now I can just draw this like in quarters. Oh, 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 there it goes. This is weird because the buttons on this stylus are up where I usually grip and where I think most people grip their pencils. I'm actually gripping it like way up higher than I normally would. These freaking buttons are getting in the way. Little artifact, little poop from my pinky. All right. See, now it's a little lumpy. Let's fix this part. Now this arch here doesn't look so hot. Folks, by the way, if you're just joining, if you go to punishedprops.com/live, that's where we have our chat room. We have an IRC chat for you guys if you want to pipe in on the join the conversation. That's where that's happening. That seems a little bit better. All right. All right, I'm going to call that okay because I need to get on with my life. All right. Let's try and do this. Like I was saying before, how it's difficult to get the get your aim exact with this thing, with the fat nub on this. When you're zoomed out, it's kind of tricky. Oh, that worked out. Cool. And let's see here. That kind of goes, it's got a little bit of thickness to it, so I can just do that a little higher maybe. Yeah. And this goes there. Nope, let's start on this end. Yeehaw. And that kind of goes down like that. Mm-hmm. Nope, my pen decided to disconnect and then connect again. Thanks for that, buddy. Yep. Yep. That's got it. Cut it out. It's gotta be obscured by this thing, I think. Let's run one of these lines. Mm-hmm. There's a finger button too to smudge stuff. I don't know what I need that for. Fragosaurus says, "Morning, all. Good morning. Well, it's noon here, but we can say it's still morning." Actually, super glad I didn't keep drawing that part because it's gonna get covered. And this thing kind of just goes down and over like that. And then the whole thing connects kind of like here. Actually, let's just undo that. Let's go back to our sketching layer here and figure that out. There's this weird goofy way that there aren't a lot of hard edges in there, so it's kind of hard to really. Let's see, eraser. It's really hard to kind of figure that out. So that comes in like that. That connects that way and goes in like that. All right. I think I got this. Yep. AG says, I love to greet everyone with good morning at all hours of the day. It's always interesting to see how they react. Fragosaurus says it's 4 a.m. in Western Australia. Technically morning. Cool. All right. And then that comes like this. Add a little more bulk there. Then that's going to be covered by this thing. So let's draw this first. So I want to draw the top of each of these things so they all overlap. And I want to make sure they overlap correctly. Oops. No, I made like the perfect arch. Nah. Nope. That'll do. That is not correct. There we go. Actually, so there's some depth to this. So let's do that first. Yeah. Actually, it does kind of make sense to draw the closest one first. Oops. This is where I love being able to zoom in and do these thinner details. It's kind of just do that. I'm just going to go with that. Now, I know these need to overlap, and suddenly I realize that this one is not going to, but I'm just going to draw it because it's fine. Okay, then. Do the same sort of thing here. Yeah, like that. All right. Let's see. This needs to be erased. Okay. And this line is not correct, so let's fix that. And I am just gonna. So much easier to draw a line like stretch it out like that so I can see where it's supposed to connect, so that the perspective on it is appropriate. Let's see, and then this line here goes that way. Cool. Let's finish this part right here. And this whole thing needs just a tiny bit of depth. Let's add a little thing there. And like that. Boop. The same thing up here. Oops. And the next one. All right. Fragosaurus says, what sort of tablet are you drawing on? This is an iPad Air, and I'm using a Wacom Intuos Stylus. It connects through Bluetooth. So it's got a little bit of pressure sensitivity, which is super cool. Hey, that's coming together. there's some parts about it I'm not exactly thrilled about, but altogether, I can live with it. I want to do more design work with props. I want to do more original designs. So I'm really getting back into the swing of things here. Mm-hmm. It's amazing too. After just one like this sort of drawing, there's a lot of repetition, and it's amazing how much that helps you just get used to the tools, connecting and disconnecting at will. But just the techniques, the tools, how they react in your hand, and how quick you get at it. Just through one sort of did it good. And I'm like I said, I've been drawing lately a lot, or more frequently. I try and do at least one sketch a day, and it all helps. Really helps to just limber up those old drawing muscles. Sure. This, by the way, guys, this looks nothing like the thing I'm trying to draw, but I'm just sprinting to the finish line right now because I gotta go make some stuff today. I got a job to do. Oh. I hope you guys get the bug to start drawing. And if you do, I want to see it. Just give me a tweet over at Chinbeard. I don't know. There's that thing there. All right, let's hide that layer. So that's what we have. We have some lines. Those circles. Oh, I forgot one. Those circles, man. Those are a pretty weak attempt. But I need to get this done. All right. Now I'm going to add some color. Let's see here. Sean Evans says, "Would be cool to see you do a series of prop from this exploring phase to finish." Yeah, eventually I would love to do that. Like design a prop from the ground up, gather a bunch of references. Oops, let's add a new layer. Gather references, make something that I think is kind of cool. And design it, iterate on it until I'm happy with it, and then draw blueprints for it, and then build it. And then you guys can go along for the entire journey. Let's see. This thing is kind of like let's do this damp brush. Get some color on there. It's kind of like a bronzish, like a darkish color here. Oh, that's neat. Some texture on there. Oh yeah. It's cool. It's like a got this neat texture in there. And then I'm going to go over this again just to add some dark values to it. Let's do a new color, even darker, super dark. Yeah. And I've got a light on this thing, so I can kind of actually copy the shadows on it. Try and be a little bit accurate to what it looks like And then all of these fin things are just shading the one behind them. Got some glare. I just moved that light, and now it's glaring on my iPad, and it's hard to see. Oh, and these holes are just pits of darkness. Where's the other one? Yeah. And anywhere, like if this overlaps there, I'm not too concerned about it. So I'm going to go back over and highlight those edges. Any of the high spots are going to get a little bit of highlights. Oh, I have reminders on my computer yelling at me, telling me to do stuff. Fragosaurus wants a print book. Do you ship to Australia? Yes, we do. We sure do. We ship a lot of stuff to Australia, actually, because Australians have fantastic taste. All right. Wow, it's amazing how, like, I have this going up on my screen on my computer. It's amazing that the color difference and the value difference on that screen. Maybe I need to turn up the brightness on my iPad. Let's just sprint to the finish here, Bill. Let's get this done. Boop, 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 boop. Blurp, blurp, bloop, bloop. That's the pressure sensitivity on this thing is not really killing it today. All right. This definitely makes me want to invest in a better drawing thing. I think I don't think I can justify it right now, but if I use this, if I end up doing this a lot, then I can totally justify spending the coin on like a real drawing setup with like a Cintiq or something. See, I can clean up the edges here too. Let's make this a little bit bigger. Oops. Frankosaurus wants to know if there's any chance that I can get to an Australian convention. I want to go. I need to be like invited because I can't go out of pocket, unfortunately. But I'm more than happy to be a guest and provide valuable programming for your convention. If you go to punishprops.com, there's a guest or convention appearances tab up there with all the information you need to know. Mostly just contact the people who run the conventions near you and send them to that page and let them know why you think I'm cool and why I should be there. And then they can get a hold of me and we can work something out. I really do. I really want to go to Australia and New Zealand. See what you guys have to offer. It looks like the cosplay scene there is super cool. Mm-hmm. And I have some friends over there I'd like to see. This is one of my favorite parts. Just nice cleanup work on the edges and everything. But that whole thing is really dark. Although up on my computer screen, it doesn't look this dark. Whoops. Get a little overzealous with this eraser. So I have an older Wacom tablet that I've used in Photoshop before, but it's like just it doesn't have the screen on it, like a Cintiq or like this iPad. And I never really got. I tried. I never really got good at using it. I'm sure if I had practiced more, I would have been fine. But there's such a disconnect when you can't see one to one what you're actually drawing. Um, that was just too big a hurdle for me, I guess. But this is great. Just being able to follow your pen tip as you're working and seeing it appear on the screen is pretty fantastic. I'm getting used to it. I got to talk when we were at Autodesk University. I got to talk to a lot of the artists who were drawing for we were working with the Sketchbook Pro team, and a lot of them their main source of drawing is just digital anymore, and a lot of times it's because that undo is just so handy, but also having access to every brush ever, every color ever, at no extra cost to you, and without having to lug around a million brushes, is really, 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 really awesome. And I barely even have scratched the surface, even with just what Procreate here has to offer. But Sketchbook Pro has just ridiculous sets of brushes and colors, and they have all the Copic marker colors, and pretty bonkers. It's a wonderful time to be an artist, I think, anyway. I don't know how long I've been. Should pay attention when I started streaming this thing. Oops. Being able to do this, just like I need a brush that's a little bit smaller. Super duper handy. All right. Oops. Nearly there, you guys. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do some highlights, and then we're going to be done. A little bit bigger. There we go. All right. See, what am I gonna? I think I'm gonna work on a foam gun today. I'm working on writing my my next book, the Foam Smith book, all about making weapons. I'm really excited about that one, and I want to get it out as soon as possible. So one of the things I'm doing is, as an example for the book, is a gun from Destiny, the Jade Rabbit. So I think I'm going to work on that a little bit today. Probably won't live stream that just because I need to get a lot of work done on it. And as much fun as I enjoy talking to you wonderful people, I don't get nearly as much work done when I'm live streaming. It's when I just put my head down and craft. But I will. I'm sure at some point I'll live stream some of the progress on that project. Maybe painting. Painting's an easy thing to live stream. Here we go. Let's finish this thing off. When I'm done with this too, I'll show you guys the time lapse. It's kind of neat. And then maybe I'll throw that up on Instagram. All right, cool. There's that. It's really dark and hideous. Let's grab sort of a lighter tannish color. Nope. That's not what. Oh, maybe kind of greenish because it's got the actual piece has a ton of patina on it. Let's just do white. Yeah. And maybe a slightly different brush. Old brush. Cool. Let's just do that. Just highlighting a couple of things here. Adding just a touch of depth to everything. Man, my photo's exploding in my pocket. Who's bugging me? There. I'm going to call that just about done. There we go. It's not, tell you what, it's not perfect. Sean Evans says, will you be including a template with that in that book? Yes. I have an axe and a gun, and the templates for them will be included. There'll be digital templates. So even if you get the print book, you'll get emailed the digital versions of the templates. But yeah. Ta-da! There's this thing I drew. And I'm glad I practiced it because goodness gracious. Let's see here. Share. Export video. Let's see if we can watch this thing. Can I? I guess I'll just save video to my iPad. Did it work? Crypto Artist says, hello from France. Hi there. Disconnected. Great. Did it go here? Burp. Oh, sweet. Ha! Look at that. That's pretty cool. That's really super neat. How long is this video? 38 seconds. I wonder if I can compress it anymore because it doesn't give you any real export settings. I'm wondering if you can compress it, and because Instagram's only like 15 seconds. I can upload it to my computer and do that though. I'll figure it out. This is super neat. Let me draw those hideous circles. Cool. All right. Well, that's the thing I drew. I'm gonna I'll put it up on Instagram. Instagram.com/chinbeard is where you'll see this thing pop up. So if you're not following me over there, then you ought to go check that out. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me while I did some practice drawing today. My iPad thinks it's 9 a.m. I don't know what that's about, but all right. That's it. That's all I got. Thank you again for hanging out. Let's do this. Ta-da! Thanks for hanging out, you guys. That was a lot of fun. Like I said, I want to try and do this more and more regularly, mostly because it forces me to actually draw and practice more. So, yeah, so expect more of these things in the future. If you haven't already, you got to go check out Brittany's new video on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/punishedprops. She did the bleach hollow mask, which is super cool. She did the fabrication on it. We made a mold together. Brittany did all the video work, all the editing. So go check that out. Go tell her how awesome it is. And other than that, we have Prop Live proper tomorrow with the whole Duran family. My brother and his wife will be here. That'll be really fun. That's a day early. Doing it on Wednesday because Thursday is Christmas Eve and you guys probably won't show up. And I don't blame you, but that's all I got. Yeah, Prop Live tomorrow. So we'll catch you guys then. Thanks again for hanging out. Bye.